DOGE, and I think a significant part of the presidency is to...
DOGE officially, the U.S. DOGE service is an initiative of the second Trump administration led by Elon Musk. DOGE is not a cabinet-level department of the United States government, but a contracted government organization under the United States DOGE service, formerly known as the United States Digital Service.
A big announcement from President Donald Trump just moments ago. This is him speaking. He is saying that it's a plan. It's nothing official, and I don't even know if he can do this. It might need Congress to act on this, but he is floating a plan that Elon Musk came up with. And the plan is to give you, American taxpayers, if you're an American taxpayer, 20% of the savings that they are uncovering. So all the government waste that they're finding, and they're cutting billions of dollars apparently. Trump's plan, Elon Musk's plan, would be to give 20% of that back to taxpayers. And then another 20% of it would be to go to pay off our debt. So what do you think about this? It's a long ways from happening. Not sure if it's going to take congressional approval. I don't know if the president can do this himself. I actually, don't think he can, but it's an idea that he just floated during this news conference a short time ago. Let me know what you think, and make sure you are following me right here. Hit the follow button. I'll bring you news as it happens.
I think the way to think of me is like I'm a technologist, and I try to make technologies that improve the world and make life better.
Your shirt.
Yeah, and that's why I like my T-shirt says tech support, because I'm here to provide the president with technology support. And now that may seem like, well, is that a silly thing? But actually, it's a very important thing, because the president will make these executive orders, which are very sensible and good for the country, but then they don't get implemented. So if you take, for example, all the funding for the migrant hotels, the president issued an executive order. Hey, we need to stop taking taxpayer money and paying for luxury hotels for illegal immigrants, which makes no sense. Like, so obviously, people do not want their tax dollars going to fund high-end hotels for illegals. And yet they were still doing that, even as late as last week. And so, we went in there and we're like, hey, this is in violation of the presidential executive order. It needs to stop. So what we're doing here is one of the biggest functions of the DOGE team is just making sure that the presidential executive orders are actually carried out.
Obviously, he's brilliant.
Well, Stacey Abrams can try to hide it, he was
but
by our
DOGE will find
who
it.
was elected.
In recent news, DOGE just uncovered that Democrats funneled $2 billion in U.S. taxpayer funds to an organization tied to Stacey Abrams. And then, get this, in a politician fashion, they tried to cover it up before Trump, Elon Musk, and the DOGE team, along with big balls, could find out. But although everyone is complaining about the age of the DOGE employees, you have to admit that nobody is working as hard as they are to save American taxpayers money. And all that bullshit in the past that Stacey Abrams was spewing, it turns out that she was just...
And criticize the way in which maybe Elon talks about the fraud or uncovers the fraud and the waste, and not the waste and fraud itself. Reminds me of the guy where if you confront him about, you're cheating on me, here's the evidence, and he goes, you went through my phone. How am I supposed to be with you if you can't trust me?
That is so true.
Like, and your reaction to it becomes the conversation.
Right.
It's like, can we not talk about what was found?
Yes.
Yeah. Apparently not. It's the exact same thing, because you think if you don't.
White House said that Elon Musk is not a DOGE employee and has no authority to make decisions. Can you clarify for us today?
Well, Elon Musk.
Exact role is there?
Yeah. Elon is, to me, a patriot. So you could call him an employee, you could call him a consultant, you could call him whatever you want. But he's a patriot. I mean, look at the kind of things I just said. Just write it down, just in case that question got asked, right? And which I'm surprised it took so long, actually. But you know what? Ukraine's a bigger deal, because people are dying by the thousands a week, thousands. But look at this: from 90 to 99, Social Security, 6,054,000 people. Well, that's okay. Maybe that's possible. 90 to 99, maybe it's possible. It's a lot of people, though, at that. But people that live to 100 to 109, 4,734,000. Wow, that's a lot. That means over 100 years old. They're 4 million people. I don't know too many. I know people that are doing great in their 90s, but not too many people over 100. But over 120, from 120 years old, people that are 120 years old up to 129, 3,472,000 people. Wow. That can't possibly be, because the record is like, I think it's one person, a woman, lived to 127, but they have 3,472. Okay, but now we're going really in. People from 130 years old to 139-year-old, 3,936,000. Wow. I wonder if people are getting paid with all this. I mean, are these checks? And that's what we're checking right now. People from 140 years old to 149 years old, 3,542,000, 140 years old and beyond. Now we're really going, because we're looking to break the record by 25 years. People from 150 years old to 159 years old, 1,345,000. These are in the, by the way, these are in the computer files. This is what they do well. They're super. I asked Elon, who are these DOGE people? He said they're super brilliant computer people and they love the country. It's simple. Wait a minute. People from 160 years old to 169 years, 121,000. So 160-year-old people. 170 to 179,000, 6,087. But now, let's go into the real numbers. From 200 to 209 years old, 879 people. From 210 years old, I haven't met any of them.
Working as hard as they are to save American taxpayers money. And all that bullshit in the past that Stacey Abrams was spewing, it turns out that she was just as corrupted as the corruption she was talking about. So $2 billion is a lot of money. American taxpayers, let me know what you think about her and her entire situation. Let's do a small golf clap for DOGE, because we know there's a lot more that they're going to find out as the years come. So like the saying goes, you can run, but you can't hide. Comment and let me know what you think.
Obviously, he's brilliant.
Well, the position that he holds is not an elected position. He was appointed by our president, who was elected.
I mean, the guy's obviously brilliant, and I think he's doing a good job too, trying to get rid of waste.
Just the other day he had his little kid there in the office. Not quite comfortable with that.
Very much like he did in a micro aspect with Twitter. He could hopefully do the same thing with our country.
Yeah, he should just stick with his SpaceX and his electric cars.
I trust him to the extent of how much you trust someone you don't really know.
Maybe he's just a mouthpiece for Trump.
He's donating his time to the country to try to fix a major problem.
From a business perspective, we need someone who knows what the heck they're doing. And if anybody does, it's Trump and Elon Musk.
There's even under consideration a new concept where we give 20% of the DOGE savings to American citizens and 20% goes to paying down debt, because the numbers are incredible, Elon. So many billions, hundreds of billions, and we're thinking about giving 20% back to the American citizens and 20% down to pay back debt.